Put your seatbelts on and get ready for the ride. We're the freaking New York Jets, so we're built for this shit.
Hello, welcome to another episode of In the Trenches with Gang Green. I'm your host, Bubbs. Today is Wednesday, September 17th. Hopefully everybody's having a good day so far today. This is episode 627 of the In the Trenches with Gang Green podcast. I thank you, as always, for joining me. For those tuning in on YouTube, make sure to please like and subscribe. Of course, appreciate all of those tuning in on all the different audio podcast platforms. It is Wednesday. We are getting closer to week number 3 of the NFL season as the New York Jets will hit the road for the first time this season. Aaron Glenn and the team in search of their first win on the road against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. And we've got some updates today from an injury perspective from the Jets quarterback situation. Tyrod Taylor will be under center, so we'll break that down to open up today's podcast. Justin Fields has been ruled out. Tyrod will start. What that means, we'll break it all down. We'll get to some other injury updates as well as the Jets hit the practice field for the first time this week. And we'll also break down some roster moves that the New York Jets have made within the last 24 hours, adding cornerback Nik Needham to the practice squad. What that means, we'll break him down as the Jets get a little bit of cornerback depth to a position that a little banged up with injuries, and also just the secondary in general. The play obviously has been very poor. So we'll start today with Tyrod Taylor. Glenn opened up his press conference earlier today with the announcement that I think everybody expected. Justin Fields ruled out with a concussion, won't clear concussion protocol in time for Sunday's game. I don't think this is something that anybody's surprised about, and now Tyrod Taylor will step in. For Tyrod, this will be his first start since week 18 of 2023. So you got to go back to when he was with the Giants. He won that game actually 27-10 over the Eagles. That was the last time he started. Been with the Jets last season, this season, 3 games so far, coming in mop-up roles essentially. In the 3 games, though, that Tyrod has played, 72.7% completion percentage, 175 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, and a 124.4 passer rating. So albeit Tyrod has seen play time with the Jets only in garbage time, in the play time that he has seen in mop-up duty, he has played well, and he's led some scoring drives. And obviously, more importantly, this is a guy 36 years old, has been in the league forever, going all the way back to 2011, has been with a bunch of different teams, led Buffalo out of their playoff drought. He's a guy that's seen a lot. He's experienced, a very quality backup that you can trust to go out there and keep you competitive, give you a chance to win for a week or two when your starter is out. In this case, that's what the Jets find them in a position to do. And look, I want to kind of go after this right away, and then we'll just get into some other stats as well from what Tyrod has done in his career. We'll break him down and what this offense needs to do from a game plan perspective more in our preview episode that, of course, will drop Saturday morning. But there's already been the discussion about if Tyrod Taylor plays well, what do the Jets do? And I'm in the boat with, I think, many Jet fans. If Tyrod Taylor plays well and this offense looks good and the Jets go out there and pick up a very big and difficult road win against a 2-0 Tampa Bay Buccaneers team, you continue to start Tyrod. You continue to play Tyrod. You have no loyalty to Justin Fields. You throw the quarterback out there, gives you the best chance of winning. If Tyrod Taylor goes out there and has a huge game and this offense lights it up and they pick up a big win, you move forward. You got to win football games. You're already in an 0-2 hole. You can't continue to lose games. You can't continue to have weeks like you had last week on offense where you're completely non-existent from the start of the game until the end of the game. So it's a big opportunity here. We'll see what happens with Tyrod and if he can potentially provide a spark or if this will just be a one-week thing. And I think when you look at Tyrod, he's going to provide more of a passing element to this offense than Justin Fields. The downside is Fields is more of your mobility rushing quarterback. Not that Tyrod's not mobile, but he is 36 years old. He's getting up there in age. He's dealt with a lot of injuries. He's not the mobility he once had. And even when he was at his peak from a mobility perspective, he's never been to the area of where Justin Fields is, where he's a top 3 quarterback on the run. Fields is. Tyrod never been that, but a guy that can pick up yards with his legs, scramble, get out of the pocket. The biggest thing with Tyrod is he holds on to the football for a while, and that has caused some of his injuries. But I think you look at this Jets offense and you see potential for this team to take more deep shots on Sunday, I should say. Take more deep shots, stretch the field a bit more, light things up more from a passing perspective than we've seen in 2 weeks. And just in general, you project with Justin Fields over the rest of the season, assuming he continues to play things out here. Tyrod's made 58 starts in his career, 28, 1, 61.7% completion percentage, 11,243 yards. That's 197.2 yards per game, 60 touchdowns, 25 interceptions, and a career 88.8 passer rating when he started. He's also tallied 1,939 rush yards in his career for 17 touchdowns. So in total, Tyrod has found the end zone 77 times and has accumulated 13,182 yards over his long NFL career. Currently in his 15th season in the league, the 6th-round pick back in 2011 out of Virginia Tech. So that's the Tyrod Taylor stuff. He'll open things up. Just one more note. He'll become the 40th quarterback to start for the New York Jets since 1976, Joe Namath's last season. And this will be his 6th different team that he is starting, and he's tied 5th all time on that list. So a couple milestones there for Tyrod Taylor on Sunday afternoon. Couple other injury updates. Tony Adams, from a practice standpoint, Tony Adams and Josh Reynolds were off to the side today working with a trainer. Michael Carter started practice and then was also off to the side with trainers. So those are the latest updates on those guys. Jermaine Johnson in the early portion of practice was not spotted there. Full report will come out a little bit later on today, and of course, as the week progresses, Thursday and Friday. But those are the latest injury updates from those 3 players. You also have Kene Nwangu, Jay Tufele, who missed last week. 2 guys to keep an eye on as the week progresses if they can get back onto the field for this Jets team on Sunday against the Buccaneers. So those are the latest updates. In terms of some roster moves that the New York Jets have made, as we continue kind of this latest news episode, made a practice squad move yesterday. They released Harrison Mevis, so the thicker kicker, his time with the Jets is over. We'll see what happens with him. I don't think he will be back, but the summer of Mevis, the thicker kicker run with the New York Jets, is officially over. And the corresponding move to that, the New York Jets signed Nik Needham, cornerback. Been in the league now for, this is his 7th season, spent the previous 6 seasons with the Miami Dolphins, was a 2019 UDFA out of UTEP, signed on with Miami, spent 6 seasons there. And this past summer was with the Browns practice squad. Didn't make the team, but actually played pretty well in the preseason. Wasn't enough, but did show some flashes. And you're dealing with the Michael Carter shoulder injury. You're dealing with just poor play in general in the secondary, safety, corner. Needham comes in here on the practice squad as a depth piece. He could play slot. He could play outside corner. He could play safety. So he's got some versatility. So in the event injuries continue to pile up, poor performances continue to pile up, and the Jets feel they want to elevate him, feel there's change that needs to be made, Needham, that's kind of his role here. That's what you bring him in here to do on the practice squad as an insurance piece for this team. He is best at slot. So keep an eye on that. If Michael Carter's injury turns into something where he needs to miss time, potentially could be elevated and play a role there. When you look at Needham and what he's done in his career, like I said, 7th season, 28 years old, he'll be 29 in November. When you look at his career, this is a guy that started off his career pretty strong. 2019 through 2021, played well and had a lot of starting experience, had 6 interceptions across those 3 seasons, did a lot of good things, and then tore his Achilles in 2022. And since that point, hasn't quite got back on track. He only ended up playing 18 games over the next 3 seasons, including 16 from 2022 to 2023. So the Achilles certainly set him back. Now, when you look at this year's preseason, he had an interception in week number 1 against the Panthers for the Browns. He also allowed just 1 reception for 3 yards. So all in all, despite not making the team, didn't have a bad preseason. And when you look at the career numbers, 63 games played, 23 games started, 200 tackles, 6 interceptions. One of those was a pick 6 back in 2021, actually picked off Sam Darnold when he was with the Jets. 25 passes defended, and a pretty short tackler. Only 20 missed tackles in his 6 seasons. That's just a 9.4% missed tackle rate, which is pretty low for a corner, safety, versatile secondary piece. So something else that he's done pretty well in his career so far. In 2021, just looking at some of the grades and how he graded out that season, you kind of look at the numbers in 2021 and the 5 passes defended and the 2 interceptions, the pick 6, 59 total tackles, and how he graded out. 2021 was certainly one of his better seasons. He finished with a 66.2 overall grade, which was a career high. He had a career high both tackling and coverage grade, 78.9 tackling grade, and a 67.6 coverage grade. So that's Nik Needham. Not a superstar, not a, oh, Jets are going to win 12 games because they have Nik Needham now. No, there's a chance he never sees the field. But secondary's had some issues, both injury-wise and just overall performance. You add some depth there, a player with experience, 27 starts under his belt, and he's on the practice squad. So that's the latest roster moves. Tyrod Taylor starting, couple injury updates, and Nik Needham signed on to the practice squad. Harrison Mevis released. So that's the latest updates around the New York Jets. Just wanted to come on here and discuss some of the latest news here. Tyrod Taylor, the biggest one, of course, with Justin Fields sidelined with the concussion. We'll be back with a lot more content coming your way. Tomorrow, we will have my preview, my special guest preview with a Buccaneers guest tomorrow afternoon, previewing Jets Bucks from the Bucks perspective. So stay tuned for that. And of course, any other news that comes out, we'll be here discussing it all. Saturday morning will be my preview, and we'll have a lot more stuff here leading up until Sunday afternoon, 1 o'clock. Jets looking to get on the board with their first win of the season and bounce back after a embarrassing showing at home against the Buffalo Bills. So stay tuned. Appreciate you all as always. Until next time, JETS. Jets, Jets, Jets.